words resulted in a drive around town in Maria. When Joe got promoted to senior mechanic, when I got a promotion to marketing manager, when Joe ran his first London marathon, when I got made captain of our local women's football team, the Tigresses, when I scored the winning goal in a local tournament, when Joe proposed by sticking the ring box on Maria's steering wheel, and when 4 pregnancy tests all said the same thing. Joe and I were having a baby. Maria was also there for us during the bad times. She gave us comfort when Joe's dad Frank collapsed and died suddenly on the golf course, when Joe's best mate Alex left to live on the other side of the world in New Zealand, when I was stretchered off with a badly twisted ankle during a vital football match, when Joe became ill, and when the hospital told us he had leukemia. We wouldn't drive anywhere on those bleak days. Instead, we'd sit inside Maria, hugging mugs of steaming tea, and stare out of her windows in silence.
"Do you want me to get you a cup of tea?"
Bill said, jolting me out of the past. He wiped his forehead, leaving a trail of black grease before casting me a look of concern. Years ago, he had worked with Joe in this very garage. They'd kept in touch after Joe had left. Bill knew how precious Maria was to us both.
"There's a tea and coffee machine in reception. The tea is like treacle,"
interjected one of the mechanics over Bill's shoulder. I sensed they were trying to get me to smile. Bill nodded.
"Yes, I admit the tea has a treacle consistency to it, but it has cheered a few of my customers up after an unexpected MOT fail or a bump to the rear end."
I shook my head. Bill's treacle tea was not going to repair my broken heart. "I'm going to have to let her go," I croaked, trying my hardest not to cry in front of Bill. He allowed me to say goodbye to Maria. He watched me, with Daisy on my hip, lean over and lay my hand on Maria's bonnet. Bless Maria, she was still warm. Silently, I told her she would always have a place in my heart, and I thanked her for being there for me in my darkest of hours. In the background, the garage radio began playing Joe's favourite song by Coldplay, and I dissolved into tears. Luckily for me, Daisy wasn't at all perturbed by my distress. She squealed with delight, kicking her tiny legs.
"Are you sure you don't want that cup of tea, Leah?"
Politely declining Bill's tea offer again, Daisy and I left the garage. Outside, the mid-March sun tried to cheer me up by creeping out from behind a dark cloud and caressing my damp face with its spring rays, but I was too wrapped up in my grief. For a few minutes, we sat on the wall outside Bill's garage. Daisy pointed at the white tow truck Bill had used to rescue us at lunchtime. She began to babble away to me, which made me force out a smile. My phone vibrated in my pocket. It was a text from my sister Angel. "Not coming to visit this weekend. Too much going on. Give my love to Dad." I hadn't seen my sister for months, so another cancelled weekend visit wasn't going to matter. Dad's face flashed up inside my head. Checking the time on my phone, I saw it was nearly 3:00. I needed to pack away my sadness from losing Maria and get across town to his nursing home. Without Maria, we had no option but to get the bus to visit Dad. With my work laptop case and handbag slung over my shoulder, one hand holding Daisy, and my other hand carrying her car seat and a plastic bag full of Maria's car accessories, we shuffled across the road to the bus stop. Daisy wanted to run around the bus shelter, but I wouldn't let her, so she did what any other spirited 18-month-old would do, and threw a huge tantrum. I was sandwiched between a woman who kept rolling her eyes at Daisy, wailing on my lap, and an old man with a nasty cough. 2 teenage boys were standing at the entrance to the bus stop. Both were smoking whilst waiting for the bus. They tried to direct their smoke outside of the shelter, but the wind had other ideas and sent it back inside, which caused the old man to erupt into a huge coughing fit. Spittle and phlegm flew out of his mouth as he coughed, spraying the side of my face. He apologized.